Hi, welcome to my garden. Well, what's left of it anyway. I planted some peas and two different kind of peas. They're already an inch and a half tall, so it's time to bring them out. It looks like the weather's going to be nice and we don't have any further risk of frost. So it's April 11th and I got some work to do in the garden, but basically I'm gonna get my shovel and my rake and clean this place up and get a starting point to put the peas in today. Oh, and I'm also have another table out here with a computer on it, or a laptop, and I'm watching the Masters. So we can't miss watching the Masters, but when there's work to do, there's work to do, and you can't wait until it's too late. So this is my star magnolia tree, and the forsythia back there. So it's really getting to be nice. All right, back to work. So this is just a couple passes with the rake, and I don't really want to disturb too much of the soil. I don't want to till it or flip it or any of that, because all that stuff that was sitting on top is put nutrients down in the soil. So the last thing you want to do is stir up those microcosms that are down deep. Yeah, I did a little bit on the top. I also pulled out a few wild scallions. They smelled so delicious. Had a hint of garlic to them. But anyway, my garden here is 4 feet wide by almost 50 feet in length. And the reason I have it that way is we have a lot of deer around here. And if I were to just normally fence it off, the deer could jump over this. But as it's tight, and as I grow and put plants and stakes in here, the deer don't have a chance of jumping in because there's nowhere to land. So what I'm going to basically do is put the peas in here. This is more than enough room. From reading the instructions on the back of the peas, I'm going to have approximately 75 plants. Okay, so what I did is kind of drew it out here so you can read that, hopefully, and see what I did here. So I'm going to have 2 rows right here, 1 row here on the outside, 1 right here on the outside. They're going to be separated by 24 inches. They're going to be spaced 4 to 6 inches apart. That's what this is over here, 4 to 6 inches. And the length is going to be 20 to 30 inches, which is the 4 to 6, so all the way down. We'll go with the 30. And the rows themselves, the 2 rows, are going to be split right here 6 inches wide. So basically we're looking at 3 feet, 24 inches in the middle and a foot on each side. So I have 25 of the easy peasy. No, I have 5 of the early perfection. And I have 50 plants of the easy peasy. So basically it's this times 3, approximately 75 plants. So with this being 4 feet, and I only need 3 feet, I'm going to come 6 inches out from the side. So I'm not going to be up against this. What I really don't want to use, these are peas and they're going to climb, but I'm going to build my own trellis inside, not outside. Because if I let them climb up the walls out here, well, the deer are just going to eat. The fence is not going to do any good. If they're crawling on the fence, they'll just get eaten as they on the outside. So my plan is to come 6 inches in, and I'm going to make 75 holes throughout this layer here. And I'm just going to measure and go with my shovel and just make 75 holes, and then we'll put the peas in, and then we're going to throw down some straw on top of that to keep any more grass from growing or weeds, and we should be all set. So not a lot of work. This is gardening without a lot of work, and more ways of doing different things. Again, it's not disturbing what's already been there through a whole winter, and we'll just go with that. All right, it's getting a lot warmer out here, so I've gone and drew my 4 lines 6 inches apart and 4 inches apart, approximately 90 inches all the way down. So I have 2 rows, a couple extra holes at the end, and the next thing I'm going to do is put out my soaker hose that I'm sitting on. So I'm going to carefully unfold this and lay it down. What it does is it waters, it soaks out of the holes here. There's no holes, but it's just very porous. So instead of using a sprinkler or whatever on the really warm days when it needs water, I just turn this on and let it soak. So all of this eventually is going to be covered with straw, and that'll have to keep you from having to weed everything. We got our soaker hose in, and we have our stakes in to run the strings. You can bend these, they're not that hard to bend, so make them go straight. And I'll make some ties and run them all the way down. That way when the peas come up, they'll have something to grab onto inside the fence rather than outside or on the side of the fence. Alright guys, so now we're ready to start dropping these in. Not all of the seeds came up, so what you can see is the roots on the bottom are coming through. So you just want to be kind of careful of that. If they pull through, hopefully it's so good. If not, oh well. So pretty much just push up. I usually just flip these over and hope that the plants come out alright. Just kind of squeeze them. drop it in the hole. Pull that around. There you go. That's all it is. Hope you can see that. Yeah. I'll do another one. So you just push in and out and that, and just letting it fall out. Comes out like that, and you just drop it in the hole. Your shovel. And bring the dirt in and fill it up. A little pinch, and you're done. So I'll go ahead and do the rest of these, and we'll come back. So it turned out to be a really nice day, and what I want to do is, I got them all in, got the markers in. Next thing I want to do is water everything really good. I don't have my hose hooked up, so I can't use the soaker hose. But that's okay. Just using this will be alright. It's gonna rain tomorrow too, so that's why I wanted to do this today. Alright, so the next thing I gotta do is just string a line as these get a little bit taller. But for now, that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope you like the show. And easy peasy. I forgot the other name, but just putting peas in first thing in April. Later on, we'll put in the tomatoes and peppers and squash. Bye. Have a nice day.